damn, I lost something that's my folks worked so hard for. He's doing his thing, and all I could hear was shwa 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 shwa. And then people started gravitating to me. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I was that kid as would walk home for like an hour and a bit to get home. I was just like a bullet, like poof, wow. Weirdest thing for me, like I was embarrassed. He was smart. He put that bag there. Whoop. God, that's for stealing my shoes. That's for stealing my shoes.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Yuri, the incredible.
What is going on, everybody? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Yuri the Incredible. Representing that incredible apparel, I had to bring it. Representing that incredible apparel. So I did a video a couple of days ago. It's me telling you the story about myself, how I became the incredible. There's a couple of things that happened in my life that made me stronger. I like to share it. And Yuri from Yuri the Incredible. I just wanted to show you and tell you a couple of things that kind of like I guess wasn't good, but I appreciate those things because now I'm a better person, I'm a stronger person. So I get off the plane or whatever, we get home, like my first home, my first house. Not my house, but my first parents' house in South Africa. We used to live in an apartment. For those people that don't know, I think it's called Ponty City. People call it the Vodacom building. That's where we lived, and it was good. It was not, but you must understand that it was like a 2-bedroom. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, 2-bedroom apartment with a bunch of kids and parents. So we enjoyed it because we were, as a family, we were together and all that. We really enjoyed that, but obviously the space wasn't enough for that big family for a 2-bedroom apartment. Luckily, with all the prayers and all the grind, and my dad got a job. For those people that don't know, my dad is an engineer. My dad is he's a smart dude. He's got like master's degrees in engineering and mechanical. He's got a lot of stuff, right? I don't want to go into all of that stuff. He got a job, so we're moving on up. We moved from that apartment because it was small. We moved into a better apartment, and we had to go to school. Now imagine this. Just imagine how hard it is going to a place where you don't know how to speak the language. I didn't know how to speak English. I did not like school at all because all I remember, I'm a little kid. I'm sitting at my table, looking at the teacher standing in front of the blackboard, but for some reason it wasn't a blackboard, it was green. I remember thinking it was a green board, but then we call it a blackboard. It's explaining whatever, he's doing his thing, and all I could hear was shwa 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 shwa. That's all I could hear. I'm like, that's how I thought English was. That's the sound that came out of his mouth into my ears. I did not like school. I did not like school. So my dad would read, so he knew how to speak English from like a book. My dad would use like big ass words as he would read like the dictionary and stuff. So it was like, you know what? I'm gonna take you guys. We used to go to the library and take a book every Saturday to learn how to speak English. I remember having to watch Barney the Dinosaur. Barney's Dinosaur, because like you guys will learn English, and that's how we learn, from going to school, from watching Barney, from reading books. But anyway, so that kind of stuff, like me not knowing how to speak the language, it kind of gave me a thick skin, and because of that, it was hard for me to have friends. But when I found out that I was good at sports, we had to do sport. I remember the first thing that I did was athletics, track. It was like 100-meter dash, but obviously when you're small, you do 80 meters and all of that stuff. I was just like a bullet, like poof. Wow. And then people started gravitating to me. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I was that kid. It's just like, on your marks, get it, bam, and go. I was just like freaking a bat out of hell, like boom, like a bullet. I'm out of there. I became like that dude that he's quick. Soccer season comes, just like pop, 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 pop. I'm doing my thing. Obviously, I eventually learned how to speak English, and I wouldn't say no, I wasn't bullied, but it was just at the beginning, when you have to sit like in the corner when you have breaks, you're sitting in the corner and you don't know how to speak, and you just like, that kind of hurts. It's kind of sad for me, but my folks literally taught us how to speak English without them knowing how to speak English themselves. And now look at me, I can speak English and I can form good sentences and all of that stuff. Thinking about it, I used to think like, am I ever gonna learn how to do that? Because obviously we were coming on up and we didn't have a lot of things. One thing that I used to remember that I hated was having to bring lunch to school, because my lunch was always like peanut butter and brown bread. Not the kind of brown bread that we eat, because people are gonna be like, brown bread is healthy. Brown bread wasn't that. It was that dad's brown bread. I don't know how to explain, but it didn't taste any good. So I was embarrassed to do that. So I would save. They would give us bus fare money, right? I don't know how much it was. Like they give it to us, so I would use that money to buy things at the tuck shop. For those people that don't know, for those people that only here in South Africa, or I don't know how it is. It's called, I think it was a cafeteria or whatever it was, like where you can buy food from school. And then when you spend that food, you've got to walk home, and it was like an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know. It was far, you know. You have to take the bus, right? That means it's somewhat far. And my sister, we would spend that money and walk home. We'd walk home like for an hour and a bit to get home, just because we didn't want to have to show that we're having peanut butter and bread every day, you know. We walked home, and that gave us that's grit, you know, just, you know, do what you need to do to get, you know. So we used to walk home, and I think that kind of like made me a little bit stronger. I don't think that's something that my mom's knows, like we out, we walked home, we shouldn't have, but nah, this is out. And obviously life was getting better and better, but it wasn't always easy learning how to speak a new language, being embarrassed of the food that you have, walking home like as a kid. Imagine like you're 10 years old and you're walking like an hour in a bit. I don't know if people do that. There's always stories that African parents, they'll be like, we used to walk far to go to school, we used to do this to get, like those stories. At least I can tell it to my kids one day, when I have kids one day. So with that being said, another story that's just to show you that we were like a wild old machine as a family. We didn't used to have a lot of clothes. We would buy clothes like maybe once or twice a year or whatever. I don't know how many, maybe it could have been more, but that's what I remember, right? I remember I got these sneakers. I think it was Fila's. They were like black and white. I know they're coming back up, but Fila's at the time were hot. Well, there was a hot. You know, that's where I fell in love with like sneakers and all of that stuff. I've got a couple of pair of sneakers right now. This is your pair of sneakers, you know, you must keep those. Wow, you know, I was like cleaning those things up every time. I don't want to mess it up. And we moved into that apartment that was close to a park. That park had a basketball court as well as a lot of space that we can play soccer at. So now we're like, I've got my kicks, I've got my sneakers, and we're gonna go play basketball. It was like a thing that we used to go to the park and meet the same people there all the time, so we became friends, right? We out there balling, you know, we're playing. It feels so good, you know. After the basketball game, we decided to go play soccer, and obviously I'm not gonna be kicking a ball with these damn things, right? So I'm gonna put it on the side and we're gonna play. You know, the sneakers that my mom took them a lot of sacrifices to get me one of the, you know, I guess the top sneakers at the time. Yeah, anyway, I got the sneakers, I put it on the side. We play good game, you know. After the game, I'm like, okay, cool, time to go home. You know, cheers guys, okay, whatever. So I look down. My oldest brother, he's like, yo, what up? But he's saying that in French. What's going on? You can see my face. I'm like, somebody stole my shoes. I had it for like a couple of days, like a week. Damn, I lost something that my folks worked so hard for. I was so happy, now it's gone. So now I'm like, man, what am I gonna say at home? Like, you don't look after your thing. So obviously he knew. Yo, Pasha, what up? Big up to you. He's like, we're not going anywhere until I check everybody's bags. He says that he was older than us, you know, so he could do that. And I'm thinking, why is he doing that? Why does he want to do that? That's gonna embarrass me. These are our friends. They wouldn't steal. He knew that if we go home, my mom's gonna be mad. He's like, how could you let him lose his shoes? How could you why did you take your shoes off? It was gonna be a bigger deal. So rather handle it right now instead of going back home and maybe get hiding for you. I mean, like, Lord, why did you take your shoes off and get hiding for it? So we decided to check everybody's bags, and that was like one of the weirdest thing for me. Like, I was embarrassed because it's checking everybody's bag. Zip, opens up, zip, takes nothing. I'm like, oh boy, like this is embarrassing for me. We're accusing people for stealing and nothing. I'm like, okay, let's just go home. I'm sad. I'm like, let's just go home. But then we forgot for some reason there was a bag there. This kid that he was smart. He put that bag there, and then he's standing in like, I don't know if it was a queue, a line where we checking. He's like, no, I don't have a bag. He's like, but then we saw that bag. He's like, this bag is that, and then we opened it up. Then boom, there goes my feelers. I got this feelers right now. I knew whose bag that was. I felt sad. I felt disappointed. I felt angry. I felt all kind of emotion at such a young age, and I couldn't deal with it. Right? I balled up my fist and I threw a left hook. Now it was a right hook. Whoa! God, that's for stealing my shoes. The reason why I'm telling you that story is just like we were glued as a family. We went through a whole lot of stuff. All of that stuff is making me be the person that I am. It's making me be a stronger person, be having a thicker skin. There's other stories, but I need to tell you all of these stories to get to where I need to be. If you enjoy this story, let me know. I'm gonna keep telling you the stories and to where I am right now. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You are who you say you are. You're the Incredibles out. Peace.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Yuri the Incredible.